Hello, boys and girls. A special hello to Juju and Katushka. Well, are we ready to get started on the next phase of our deck project? Good, because I'm not. Before we get started on that, I wanted to mention something about this part here. Remember when I was laying these, I was saying I was going to butt them tight together because they were wet. When they dry out, I'm going to get gaps. Well, after just a couple of days, you can see these are starting to dry out. It's actually happening faster than I thought. You see, we have gaps in here. These were butted tight together. Here's a really good example right there. All the way down here, that joint was tight together. Down on this end, they're still drying out. These are still pretty close together, but they'll dry out, shrink up, have nice drainage gaps. So, when you're putting your deck boards down and they're brand new wet wood, butt them up tight, they'll shrink up. Okay, the plan here is to have this, what is this called? I've lost it. Joist to go here, but I need it to go down to where below this, the deck board will be at this level, and then this will be underneath it. So I got to go down this much. So I got to dig all of this out and then dig it out enough also to lay this in here. So this is on top and our deck board is here. So I got to dig this much out and make this be flat. And I got to do that here in the middle, somewhere in here, and then right in there somewhere. And then all those have to be level with each other. Okay, I think I got it close to where we want it. Let's get in here closer. Put my level on it. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, it's not too bad. So this corner needs to go down some more. And that's about right too, because it needs to go down just a little bit more for that deck board to be at the bottom of this. Okay, so let me dig out a little bit more here, lower this side down, we'll come back. There's a trick to show you how much where you're making contact with the ground and knowing where to dig is smack this a couple of times, and all these flat spots, that's where it's hitting. So that's where I need to shave out a little bit to get it to where I want it to go. Well, I'm back. I had to take a break, like about 12 hours. Where was I? Oh yes, here we go. We got to setting up the benchmark. What a benchmark is, if you don't know, it is a point of reference that you use to measure other points. So I want everything to be this height, so I have to use this to measure everywhere else. Make it all the same. That makes sense. Probably not, because I don't explain things very well. Okay, so I got this, I think, where we want it, and to level it off and smooth it off, I'm gonna go get some gravel, put in there, and make it nice and pretty. Okay. What this gravel is gonna do, it's gonna allow me to fill in the low spots so this paver will be fully supported. Oh, and I broke this one. Level? Of course not. I need to add a little bit more right here. A little bit more. Who else do you know has their own gravel pit? Okay, great. It's within tolerance. Alright, so now we've got beams that'll run all the way through there. So I have to dig a trench of sorts all the way down there to the corner, and then gotta dig here, gotta make sure I can get a beam this way. So there's gonna be a lot of digging right there, and then I have joists every couple of feet, so I'll have to dig trenches along that way too. Gonna be a lot of digging. Okay, better get started. Okay, so I think I got this dug out. I got this set in there. It's not level. I don't have any gravel under it. I went and got a bucket got some gravel from my gravel pit. And I'm gonna lay a 2x6 in this trench, see how level we are. And right here in the middle, I got to dig out for another one of these pavers to go right here, because for this beam and the one that goes along the fence, I'm going to use two of those. So I got to splice them together, join them together here in the middle, and this 2x6 is going to go in the middle of the frame. You'll see when I get done. But let's check to see how level we are and what we got to do on this end. I do want a little bit of a slope. I want this end to be a little bit higher than this end, so water will drain off. You don't want to build anything outside that's level, because when you get a sag or something in it, and it's going to happen, water will collect and it won't be good. I gotta find out where to put this. How's that? That sucks. Okay. That is level. Perfectly level. See? Now, when I put gravel under here to level that up, then it'll be right where I want it. Let's go down here. Get this. And get this out of here. Where's my Paquito leveler? There. Do is put a little base down and then check that. Good that way. Get some more there. You know, it never fails. You get it level one way and then the other way is off. Okay. Feels solid. Level that way, but not that way. Off the other direction. Good there, and good enough there. It'll be alright. Now let's put our 2x6 back in there. See how we are. good, good, good. Time for another break. Okay, now what I'm going to do is measure halfway where I want this other pad to go. So I'm going to have to dig out a spot right in here, put the gravel under, set the pad down in there, make sure it's level so it'll support the beam thing. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Okay. Okay, I got that one in, and this one, and this one are all level at the same elevation from this one. I used that broken one there because now I need to do the same thing over here next to the fence, and there shouldn't be much digging, if any, alongside here, especially here and there. Maybe a little bit there on that last one. Okay, but break time again. Okay, so everything so far is going according to plan. Got one paver for each of this is what I figured. I figured I was going to have at least two here. Wasn't sure about that one. I thought maybe two, but as it is, I just built up with some more gravel. Set that one. That only took one. And this one, I'm going to have to dig in, and I figured I'd have to do that also. How much is the question. I got built up two here, built up two here, and we are way off. So let's see what happens when we take one of these out. Okay, still too high. Okay, so that right there is a level, but that means I've got to dig down at least two of these. Okay, whew. I got this one set. Dug it way too deep, had to fill in extra with a lot of gravel, but that's okay because now it's got a good firm base. Ooh, got a splinter there too. So now, just for giggles, I'm gonna go get my laser, set it up, and check and see how far off I am with being level all the way around here. Hold on, let me get it set up and I'll be right back. Okay, got it set up here. I haven't checked any of this yet. I did check this one. I'm at 18.5 inches, so that's my benchmark. And I'm gonna guess that we're gonna probably be within an inch. So let's see. All right, 18 and a half. So all of these should be 18 and a half. 18 and an eighth. 18 and eighth. 18. I don't know if you can see that. 18 and eighth. And 18 3/8. So that's within a half an inch. So I think that's pretty daggum good. And I'm gonna say it'll be all right. Now, in between each of these, I gotta make sure I have enough in between each of these. I gotta make sure I have a trench cut for a 2x6 to rest without hitting the ground. So I got a little bit of digging to do there, a little bit of digging to do there, and maybe no digging to do right there. We'll see. You know, I'd sooner have my mama whip me than have to dig. But here I am digging. Okay, I think now I'm down to a point where I can actually do some carpentry work. The kind of stuff that I really don't mind doing. Get rid of all of these things. You know, I've been looking for where to plug these in at to make them work better, but I'll be danged if I can find the plug. So what I got to do? What am I going to do here? Start building the frame for this. Now I've got 11 deck boards, or right there. I counted them already. Had to take my shoes off to get to 11, but still, I got there. Move this out of the way. And remember when I was talking about a good carpenter would measure your base, divide it by how many deck boards, and then rip each deck board down to the right width, and that way you don't have to cheat like it did there. Well, I'm going to do kind of that, but the opposite, and figure out how wide I need to build the base to cover 11 deck boards. So we will go 1, 2. I've already done this once, so we'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is number 11, so I got roughly 61 3/4. All right, so if I come over here, go to my fence, look at there, 61 3/4. So I think I'm going to have it go under this deck board, so this will overlap a little bit, maybe an inch, maybe, we'll see. So if I got 61, oh gosh, I gotta do math now. Hang on, go find a pencil. Found my pencil, and I found my brain. Okay, got those cut. Now what? Oh, start screwing it all together. Okay, what's all that about? Alright, what we need to do now is make a box. We'll do it like so. And I cut these to splice two of these together to help a little bit. Okay, I just got to do this a bunch more times and we'll have us the beginnings of a frame, deck frame thing. Okay. Okay, got this built. And I cheated because I got this screwed nice. And came down here and this concrete along the foundation is sticking out. Pushed that board out, so I cheated it a little bit right there. It's going to have deck boards covering it, so it's not going to hurt it. And kind of the same thing on this end. This fence isn't straight. There's a bow in it right here. So I pulled that one back an inch or so. Did the same thing there. Deck boards are going to cover. Only you and me will know. Alright, next up, let's get this center joist, center beam from here to there, so looks like more digging. Wonderful. All right, had a little break, so now I'm going to cut joists to go here in the middle here. So I'll measure from this block to here and from here to that block and fit those, and then in the middle from here to here, here to here, there to there, and there to there. I'll do those one at a time because the way I cheated down at the end, they're all going to be different lengths. So we get started on that. Well, I just took a little break. I had a sandwich, and Carmel, she's out here. She was inspecting my work. Now she said everything's okay, so she's going back inside. You know what the best sandwich ever made is? It's the one somebody makes for you. And my lovely wife just made me the best sandwich in the world. Thank you. And now, I got all that done. And guess what? I forgot to push the record button. So, oh no, you missed all the fun. I got 2 more boards left, 2 more joists. And find my tape measure. And they go from here to here and there to there. But these are 2x6s because they fit. 2x6, I'm gonna have to dig if I wanted to get a 2x6 for it in here, but I don't know if I mentioned before, but I hate digging. So what I'm gonna do for these 2 is rip down a 2x6 to a 2x4 so I don't have to dig near as much. There and there. So let me get that done and I'll be back. And there we have it. This is by far not my greatest work. I cheated in a lot of places. It's probably not square, it's not plumb. Got gaps where it shouldn't have gaps. But I can promise, without a doubt, that this framing is solid, it's strong, it's ugly, but it's solid, it's strong, it's gonna hold. It's not gonna go anywhere. And if it does, we're 6 inches off the ground. So we're not gonna fall far. If this was for somebody else, a paid job, yeah, it'd be a whole lot better. It'd been done more righter, more gooder. Yeah, that. Okay, so I am gonna try to shift it over a little bit. Try to close up that gap right in there to get a little closer to the house. Maybe shave some dirt off right there just to get a little closer, a little farther away from the fence. Okay. I keep forgetting to push play. Start, record, whatever you want to call it. All right, I got my laser set up. I want to check the height again, and I want to see how out of square it is. So we'll measure the diagonals. $110. I gotta switch hands here. Okay, that corner. And 109 and a half. Tape was straight. Yeah. I can't get in there that close. Or 9.5. That's pretty good. I'm not going to complain about that. Now, the height, 12 3/4, or close. This is 13, this corner. And 12 1/4. Switch hands again. 12 1/2. So we're still pretty close. I'm not going to complain about that. So it's going to take me another little break. And then I'll be ready for deck boards. Whoops. next one down. Well, I'm nearly done. And it didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. I wanted a full board down on this end, but it just didn't work. There's 5 inches to the fence and my board's 5.5. So that's just not going to work. So there, you got 4 1/4 there. What do I have down here? Oh, 4 1/4 there too. So I'm just going to cut it to where it's right here, 4 1/4. Rip it down, throw it down in there, and then call this done. Oh, still got to fix under there. I don't know how yet. Still thinking. Okay, let me rip this down, get her in there. Be right back. Oh, I'm getting old. I said I'm getting old. That's the one I was looking for. Last one. Okay, that's it. That's done. I think I'm gonna pick up tools, clean up a little bit. I'll come back and peel these tags off the ends. I'll pick my tools up and I'll come back tomorrow, clean all this up, peel them stickers out, tags off. Because I'm done today. I got a lot of stuff to pick up. All right, we'll see you